Hola, Nicolita. Hola, 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 hola.
Well, how's it going, you guys? Welcome back to another most amazing top 10 video. I'm your host for this one, Landon Do Not Sing. And if you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 5 million subscribers. The question is, can we do it? Alright, let's not waste any time with this one. This one's gonna be fun. So this is the top 10 most amazing facts that will shock you. And let me know in those comment sections below if you guys want part 2. Put hashtag make part 2, please. Or put hashtag part 2. Let's start off this list. And at number 10, did you guys know that there are more pet tigers in the US than wild tigers in the world? There are about 3,890 tigers left in the world, and out of those, 2,226 tigers are from India. In America, about 5,000 tigers live in captivity. 2,000 of those tigers are pets in Texas alone. I mean, what the heck is going on in Texas? Tigers would be a very scary pet to have, and the last animal on my list that I would have as a pet. Especially because I have baby rabbits. I'm pretty sure they won't live too long. The population of tigers have been diminishing over the years. Over 97% of the world's tiger population has perished in the last 100 years. Back in the 1970s, there was about 40,000 tigers, but it's people hunting them down and taking away their territory. But now since about 2010, the tiger population is actually on the up. It's growing again. And that's due to people being more educated about them and protections put on tigers. It's expected that there's going to be around 25,000 tigers again by 2050. Moving into number 9, have you guys ever heard of population bottleneck? Well, it's the concept of a sharp reduction in the size of population, and this can be due to like environmental events like earthquakes, hurricanes, disease. Well, about 70,000 years ago, humans was almost wiped out on the face of the earth. There are many controversial theories about this, and it's interesting to think about. There's a theory called the Toba catastrophe theory that implies that a supervolcanic eruption occurred and it killed thousands of humans. Back around 70,000 years ago, the population was estimated around 50,000 to 100,000 people. After the supervolcano erupted, there was only 1 to 10,000 breeding pairs left, meaning that there was only that amount of people who was able to continue growing the population. Imagine being down to just 1,000 humans, and then there was some sort of disease that spread. Really scary when you think about it. Since we're talking about population, in at number 8, let's talk about one of the world's fastest growing populations, and you would think it's China or India, right? Well, in fact, it's Nigeria. Nigeria is one of the fastest growing populations, and in fact by 2050 it's on pace to pass America in population. America is the 3rd biggest population in the world. Well, Nigeria is growing its population by 58%. They're just doubling and doubling. So since 2000 to 2018, they have doubled their whole population. Africa right now is the fastest growing population in the world. They're the fastest growing continent. The other side of the spectrum is Europe. They're actually losing population. Immigrants are a huge contributor to the statistics. Right now, Europe is making it harder and harder for immigrants to enter because of all the fear of terrorism, which really sucks. So right now, there are more deaths than births across Europe. Lithuania has lost about 13% of their population. The top 10 countries with the fastest shrinking populations, all of them are from Eastern Europe. Moving into number 7, I wanted to talk about one more population fact because I don't know why, I'm just so fascinated with it. In 2024, it is predicted that India will finally pass China in population. Now this is huge. I was researching populations and I was able to go back to 1907, and it seems like China, I went every single year, it seemed like China was always the most populated country. For more than 100 years, China has been number 1 in terms of population. The British Empire came close to passing at one time, but it never happened. So now India will finally do what no other country has ever done before, and they will become the most populated country. India's population is expected to hit over 1.7 billion people by 2050, so that's in our lifetime. And at that point, it's estimated the country will stabilize, and then it's actually going to start declining. And it's going to be about 1.6 billion by 2100. Now, this is due to projected fertility rates that have been dropping. A lot of people, well, families are just getting smaller and smaller. So soon, there will be more deaths than births in India. And these are just projected. I mean, anything can change. One of the most stable populations is Vatican City. They actually have the smallest population in the world with only 1,000 people living there, and they've only grown by 120 people in the past 20 years. I thought I'd just throw that one out there for you guys. Alright, number 6. I'm a huge fan of movies, and I'm very surprised when I learned about this next fact. Did you guys know that Toy Story 2 was almost deleted? Like literally almost never existed? Imagine no Toy Story 2.
Woody once risked his life to save me. I couldn't call myself his friend, if I weren't willing to do the same.
I'm packing you your angry eyes, just in case.
$90 million was spent producing this movie, and about 90% of the work Pixar's team saved was deleted by mistake by entering the wrong command. That is a pretty big mess up. People at Pixar scrambled around to try to figure out how to get it back, so a plan was quickly hatched to restore the data from a backup they had, but the backup system actually failed. So panic mode. This was back in 1999 when Toy Story 2 was only Pixar's third film. For some reason Pixar didn't have a copy of the Toy Story files on its server, so they were pretty screwed and a ton of people were probably going to lose their jobs. But fortunately for everyone, the film's technical director, one female at Pixar, had a copy that she's been working on from home. So Pixar was saved. She should get a raise. That mistake might have ended Pixar because most of Pixar's money went into making the film, and without making revenue back for the film, it would have been very difficult to have a budget for the next film, which ended up being 2 years later, and that was Monsters Inc. Number 5. Talking about Monsters Inc., it took 270 people to produce the film, and it took more than 6 years to produce. Everything in the movie had to be drawn out. In the newest Monsters Inc., Sully had 5.5 million individual hairs in his fur. Why? Because why not? Just to render a single frame for Sully, it took an average of 12 hours, and there was a lot of frames. Pixar makes sure to only have the best stunning animations at the highest level, which is why they only produce about one movie a year, which is insane to even think about. They have a whole team to just produce one product, but it's like it's the best product. Moving into number 4.
Behold the wonders of Arabian Night. Journey to a faraway land, guarded by magic.
We are safe from any threat as long as those 3 golden balls are on the minaret.
So that was The Thief and the Cobbler that was released back in 1995. It was from the Academy Award winning animator of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. If you guys thought Pixar takes a long time to produce movies, well, The Thief and the Cobbler is known to be the longest movie to produce. Well, can you guys guess how long? Well, believe it or not, it took them 28 years to produce this film. This film is known for its troubled history due to independent funding and complex animation. The movie took 3 decades to produce. It was fully into production back in 1988 when Warner Brothers agreed to finance and distribute the film, but negotiations fell through and the production went over budget and behind schedule. So that's when Warner Brothers pulled out and things fell apart, but the director and everyone else who was originally involved in the film, they stuck with it until the film was finally released. And I don't blame Warner Brothers for dropping this film. It doesn't look that good, and it ended up costing $28 million, so it did go to theaters and it only made $669,000, which is insane. So the movie lost $27 million. You're not supposed to pay to produce the film. You're supposed to pay for the budget to make the film, but you're supposed to make a revenue back. It's supposed to be worthwhile. Number 3. One of the biggest movie flops of all time was this movie right here. Take a look.
And in the year 2087, its future will be in the hands of one man. Eddie Murphy is
Pluto Nash.
Pluto Nash.
It sucks that one of my favorite comedians of all time is in one of the worst movies of all time. The movie was titled Avengers of Pluto Nash. This is probably a movie Eddie Murphy wishes he was never a part of. The budget for this film was $100 million, and you won't believe how much, or I should say how little, this movie actually brought in. How much would you guys guess? Well, I'll give you a few seconds to put your guess in the comment section below, so you guys can be a part of this video, and I'll reveal the answer in a moment to give you guys some time. So the idea of the premise for the movie was promising. The movie was set in 2080. There was a colony on the moon called Little America. The movie is supposed to be really funny, but I think maybe Kawhi Leonard would be the only one to find it funny. Alright, it's time to reveal how much money the movie brought in. Well, the movie made just $7.1 million, which is a huge flop because it cost a lot to make it, and it makes it one of the biggest flops of all time. Number 2, after 2 years and $40 million, the Boring Company that was founded by Elon Musk just launched a party to reveal its first Boring Company tunnel that runs about 40 feet underground, and it runs under Los Angeles.
At about 12 feet in diameter, the tunnel is just wide enough to fit in a single car, which makes its way down to the tunnel through an elevator. Batman would be jealous. The car that goes through the tunnel is a modified Tesla Model X. It's got these bumpers added to the front that keep it aligned along the walls of the tunnel.
The future seems to be now. This is just so incredible. Elon Musk showed us what it would be like to drive in this tunnel. I would love to have this opportunity. It would be mind-blowing.
Once a light at the front of the tunnel turned green, the car was off. How does it feel in there? A lot more like riding a roller coaster than I had expected.
This was Elon Musk's way to combat heavy traffic in LA and potentially around the world. Finally, number one, let's talk about Elon Musk again because his life and the way he thinks, it just fascinates me. Elon Musk actually dropped out of a PhD at Stanford University after attending it for just 2 days. He heard about the internet boom of the 90s and he wanted to cash in. And wow, did he ever. During this time, he also founded his first company called Zip2, which was a provider of maps and business directories for online newspaper. He sold that company in 1999 for $307 million, becoming a millionaire at just the age of 28 years old. So I guess school just isn't for everyone. Well, there you guys have it. You made it to the end of this video. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next most amazing top 10 video.